Game after game after game. I mean, when do we get a break from the Premier League? Nah, joke, we don't want a break. We're loving this, aren't we? I'm still on tour, so it won't be a very long weekly roast of the Premier League, but this week we got lots of goals, we got disappointment, we got late goals, we got a bit of everything, didn't we? Oh, and we got some rubbish predictions from me as well. And the title race has heated back up, man. I can't breathe with this stuff. Let's do this, guys. It's the weekly roast of the Premier League. Ipswich Town 0, Crystal Palace 1. It's the first away win for Crystal Palace, and Ipswich Town, oh my God, man, they're looking in trouble, aren't they? We didn't expect them to be there though, didn't we, at the start of the season? I thought that they would get relegated, and there's a 3-point gap now for the bottom 3 and the 17th place in the Premier League. And I think, if I'm looking at it, the bottom 3 right now are probably going to be the bottom 3 May 2025. Leicester City 3, West Ham 1. This West Ham team could probably join the other 3 of the current form they're on. My God, they're awful, aren't they? Absolutely atrocious. And those 6 points that they've got above the relegation zone at the moment, I'd take those 6 points away and put them down there. Like, they're so bad. Leicester City got the win here, and it's a first win for Ruud van Nistelrooy, and a really good one as well for him. I think that Leicester City survived this season. Now, I did say that at the start of the season as well with the Premier League predictions that I made. I did think that Leicester City would get maybe mid-table. Might be a little bit of a push, but I think they're rejuvenated now. Everton 4, Wolves 0. My God, just before the Merseyside derby, Everton bang Wolves at Goodison Park. I never feel very confident going to Goodison Park in the Merseyside derby because form goes out the window. It's all about the occasion, isn't it? And I don't feel 100% secure now about this. I really don't. Especially what's happened the last couple of days in the Liverpool-Newcastle game and Everton-Wolves. 2 own goals from Craig Dawson as well. 2 own goals. I thought Wolves would have turned a corner by now. We're nearly halfway through the season, but they haven't even poked their head round the corner, it looks like. And they are in the relegation zone and in deep trouble. It's mad, really, and I don't think they actually survive. I really don't. Man City 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Well, they had to start a comeback at some point, didn't they? And it's happening now. 3-0 win against Nottingham Forest at home. And I can see it. I can see the future right now. I can see them going on one of their crazy ass runs all the way up to May and then being a point ahead or something when it's like the last couple of games. I can see it. Someone, please stop Man City again. We need someone to stop them. Oh, and if anyone thinks that Man City are out the title race with 9 points, you're crazy. They're not out the title race. They're firmly in it. Newcastle 3, Liverpool 3. I hated this game so much. It was probably our worst performance under Arne Slot this season. Silly mistakes, giving the ball away. We were so lackluster in front of goal. The defence looked so poor. Like, nothing went right really in the first half anyway. And the Wednesday night at St James's Park, it's never easy for anyone, is it? But Mo Salah once again proving why we need to sign him up and give him the contract. Give him the contract. Kelleher, he made a massive error at the end of the game in like the 90th minute, but you can't be too hard on him. I wasn't. I don't think we can as Liverpool fans. Alisson's made mistakes like that in the past and cost us points. It happens as a goalkeeper, doesn't it? We've got to look at the last couple of months. He stepped up in place of the world's best goalkeeper, Alisson. He stepped up and he's done a good job for us, and he saved us in these last couple of months as well, many times. And Nunez, Darwin Nunez, I mean, we can't scapegoat any player. I think everybody was poor, you know, apart from Salah probably. Everyone was poor. Second half was so much better, but Nunez, he does miss a lot of chances, and it's been happening in the last few seasons. What do? He should be putting them away, and he knows he should be putting them away as well, and everybody knows that. Jota, if he's fit, he's our starting striker, but he's never fit, so what can we actually do? I thought there was a spider on me there, so I've just gone, ooh! So after that little spider moment there, that I thought there was one on my hand, as a collective, back to the football, as a collective, I thought we were really poor. Second half, it's just disappointing in the last few minutes that we let it go, but looking at the whole game as a whole, a draw was probably a fair result, and I was actually happy walking away with a point from St James's Park. We were always going to drop points at some point, weren't we? We're not going to win every single game up to May, you know what I mean? Southampton 1, Chelsea 5. Southampton are gone. They're gone. They could just get relegated right now to the Championship, you know? They're not going to survive now, and I think Southampton fans know that as well. As for Chelsea, you're in a title race. You are fully in a title race, and I hate Chelsea so much. I really do hate Chelsea, but I'll give them a little bit of praise here. I hate that Chelsea fans are slowly starting to find their voice again that they had maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago when they were winning titles and in title races and Champions Leagues and whatever else. Hate it. But you're not there yet, Chelsea. So pipe down. Don't get your voice too high just yet. Arsenal 2, Man United 0. Arsenal on set pieces are a mad one, aren't they? Like, when they have a corner, it is pretty much like a penalty for them. Timber and Saliba with the goals from corners, obviously, in a game where we could easily predict that Man United weren't going to win, didn't we? It's still Manchester United. They're still crap. You know, they're still the same players. They're not a very good team at the moment. Amorim interims only came in the last few weeks. Nothing's going to change, is it? I thought that they could have maybe done us a favour. I had a little feeling in me to say that, do you know what? They might be able to do us a favour, but why did I ever have hope in them? Arsenal are away to Fulham in game week 15, and I can guarantee they get the 3 points, and they're fully back in the title race, aren't they? Surely. And those 3 points, they're going to come from corners as well, guaranteed. Aston Villa 3, Brentford 1. Well, I didn't have these down in my predictions, which were, let me just say, awful this week. Brentford away from home. Aston Villa, I mean, what was it, 7 or 8 games that they hadn't won in, and then they've come here, back to Villa Park, and just absolutely wiped the floor of Brentford. I think the top 4 of the Premier League right now will start pulling away. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal and Chelsea. I think that'll be the top 4. I did predict that at the start of the season as well. They'll start to pull away now, and that'll be the top 4. Fulham 3, Brighton 1. I said this would be close, and in the end, it really wasn't. Now, apart from that first goal that Brighton gifted to Iwobi, you know, Fulham just ran away with it in the end, didn't they? Fulham are now 6th, and Brighton are 5th. They're both having amazing seasons in European places. Could they get there next year? But I'm hoping that Fulham can take that form into next week against Arsenal, please. Bournemouth 1, Tottenham 0. This should have been 4 or 5 for Bournemouth. I've literally just finished watching it. They should have banged Tottenham. Like, they were awful, Tottenham. One of the worst performances I've seen. But are we really surprised? It's typical Tottenham, isn't it? They do this all the time. Win, draw, lose, win, draw, lose. You never know what you're going to get. Bournemouth are a good team, but if Tottenham want to achieve anything in the Premier League or cup competitions, they have to change, don't they? And I don't think they ever will. I think it's just inside Tottenham. Okay, let's get into the battle of the predictions. I predicted Ipswich Town and Crystal Palace to draw, and so did you. Crystal Palace won, so we don't get a point. I predicted Leicester City to beat West Ham, and so did you. Leicester City did win, so it's now 1-1. I predicted Everton and Wolves to draw, and so did you. Everton won, so it stays 1-1. I predicted Man City and Nottingham Forest to draw. You predicted Man City to win. Man City did win, so it's now 2-1 to you. I predicted Liverpool to beat Newcastle, and so did you. It was a draw, so it stays 2-1. I predicted Chelsea to beat Southampton, and so did you. They did beat Southampton, so it's now 3-2. I predicted Arsenal to beat Man United, and so did you. Arsenal did beat Man United, so it's now 4-3. I predicted Brentford to beat Aston Villa, and you lot predicted Aston Villa to beat Brentford. Aston Villa did win, so you put away. It's now 5-3. I predicted Fulham and Brighton to draw. You predicted Brighton to win. Fulham won, that means it stays 5-3. I predicted Bournemouth to beat Tottenham. You predicted Tottenham to beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth did beat Tottenham, so it's 5-4, and that's the way it finishes. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. It's now 9-5 to you. You lot are running away with it, and I'm falling off. Guys, get onto the predictions. Game week 15, they'll be here very soon. Thanks for watching.